It's episode 13. That's what you said on the thing you sent.
Oh, real good. Right away. Oh, there we are. Look at that. Oh, we even got that throat clearing.
What?
Welcome to the live streaming. Anyways, good day. This is myself, Derek Snow with No Dog Left Behind, and Jessikah Smith, also with No Dog Left Behind, our amazing associate trainer who does like the vast majority of hosting all of our classes. And we've given her that role over the last, do you think it's been a year yet or more?
I think it's been about a year now, because I think I started really teaching the classes and getting into it last June. So
okay, perfect. Pretty much an anniversary. Here we go. So Jessikah right now is hosting puppy and adolescent classes. And I think she has 2, 4, 6, soon to be 7. She runs 7 classes a week, and there'll be more because now that things are opening up a bit more, we're going to be introducing her Canine Movie Star class back again, which is like a trick class on steroids. It's so much fun. And Jessikah does an amazing job kind of breaking down exercises from movie sets of doggy actors and teaching our clients how to get their dogs to do similar super fun things that you might even see on shows like Air Bud or whatever. So that's a really exciting class just for enrichment, for the dog, relationship development between the person and the dog. And it can actually be tangible skills that they can develop and utilize in your day-to-day life. So anyways, I thought, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said it'll make you more lazy if you can just get your dog to pick up stuff for you or turn off your lights.
Yeah, well, I would use the phrase efficient.
Oh, efficient,
make
right?
Me more efficient. So I'm like, hey, go turn off the light, get me a drink, close the door.
I'm putting you to work. This is mentally stimulating for you,
right?
Or
might as well reap what we sow.
Yes.
So what's fun about this call today is that, like, unless you guys have been in a class already with us, you wouldn't have necessarily met Jess. So I wanted to, for anyone who hasn't been a client of our classes yet, to, directly introduce you to Jessikah and get to meet her and learn a bit more about her past. So to begin with, other than being like an amazing asset and team member of No Dog Left Behind, I'm wondering, like, what your training history was. Well, I know this, but people might be wondering what your training history is, or where your experience was from, or why dogs?
Well, I mean, I guess it all starts back in high school, where I've always known I wanted to do something with animals. And in high school, I found a one-of-a-kind program, and I'm like, I'm going to go to that program. And it was in California. So after I graduated, I just worked 3 jobs and saved up as much as I could. I applied, I got in, I actually moved, got into the program on my first try. So
what was the program about?
It's America's Teaching Zoo. So it's located in Moore Park, California. So if anybody's interested in working with animals, it's a great program. I think the only thing that comes close to it in the world is one in Florida, but it's literally a zoo on a college campus. So it's you come out with certificates and degrees, and there's amazing professors and just a lot of people that have been in the industry for a really, really long time that are now devoting their retirement or whatever they want, or going there to now teach the next generation of animal trainers. So I got to work under learn under a lot of really cool people. And the program sets up so many opportunities. So they make sure that you get prepared for interviews. They make sure that you know about the job. So they have so many field trips where you get to go and see fellow graduates that are now working in the industry and what they're doing. And
so what are some of the things that people are doing in the industry after they had, received the training that you did?
Oh, it's from so many. So I know one of the guys, he's actually working for a production company in California, and he trains a whole bunch of dogs for movies and commercials and modeling. So he actually trained a dog for Target, the Target dog. He's the Walking Dead dog that was with Daryl in that show.
Fun.
And Also, and then another fellow graduate trained the cat, Goose, I think the cat's name, that was in Captain Marvel. So there's just some of that. There's a lot. There's two of my fellow graduates that are working at SeaWorld. There's a couple that are working for the Navy. So they're training dolphins to locate underwater landmines. So, and a whole bunch are just working in zoos. So working with a bunch. So it's just all over, really. You can.
So I'm sorry to interject, but for people that might not defer this themselves, animal training principles, presumably, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, can be transitioned over different species. Is that
Yes.
a fair statement?
Yes. So what you learn at the program is science-based training. So science-based training can be used on a wide variety of animals, from anywhere from a fish to a 3,000-pound walrus. So once you learn the science-based training and all the little details, and you apply it correctly, you know how to apply it correctly, it can be transferred onto every single animal that you work with. And it's an amazing style of training.
What about humans?
And humans, I actually did train my roommate to pick up her laundry. And she didn't know it at the time, but she really liked a certain thing of ice cream. So I always made sure I had that ice cream. And then every time she, picked up her laundry, I was like, hey, do you want to have some ice cream? And then so she started to, associate the two together, and then was like, I'm going to pick up some ice cream, or pick up my clothes and have some ice cream. I'm like, do it.
Sure.
But then you can train yourself, right? Like I really hated getting up in the morning to catch the bus for school. But I was like, you know what? Every time I get to like a certain point, I'm going to give myself a piece of chocolate, or I'm going to motivate myself by something I really like. So, yeah.
Right. No, for sure. That's super fun. With your experiences, I guess, how long were you in California and thereabouts for?
I was in California from 2008 to 2013. So about 5 years. I didn't get into the program right away. I had to get the prerequisites for the program first. And applying for that program is kind of like winning the lottery. I know some people that have applied and they didn't get in until like their fifth time. Wow. I got in first try. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I was really excited because I was really nervous that I was going to have to keep applying. And I'm like, I'm an international student. I can't just stay here forever. So the fact that I got on my first try was awesome. So then I spent 2 years. So the first year was getting the prerequisites, 2 years was in the program. And then the last two was working on getting my bigger degree. So I have a degree in social and behavioral sciences.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. Kind of. But then I also got to do a lot of really cool internships after the program too. So I did some stuff with Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Zoo days, or whatever you want to call them, with the LA Zoo. So I got to kind of see the interworks of what it's like working with animals, exotic animals, in a job, which was really, really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's all really interesting stuff. And I think that anyone learning about that and realizing, hey, my dog trainer knows a lot of stuff about training any kind of animal is pretty exciting. It's super exciting for me. When I heard you were coming back here, I was like, and I kind of slowly picked like, hey, what's up? How's it going? What are you doing these days? Do you want to do some things?
Of course. Now
like,
here we
are. Let's do this. Test the waters, and here we go. Jump on the train. So, one thing I wanted to ask, I guess, is what's with all the paintings in the background there?
So these are paintings that I have done with some of the animals that I've worked with over the years. So it's ranging from a mountain coati to a raccoon to we got some penguins up there, a sheep, and then we got a hyena paw prints. So
the hyena one I don't know, sticks out for me the most. I mean, they're all cool, but like hyenas kind of are scary. I mean, obviously I don't know much about them other than what I've seen on like a TV show, but how was the experience working with a hyena to get them to put paint on their paws and then step on the canvas? Like, what was that like for you?
it's actually really, really cool to see the training process, or, you know, be a part of the training process. But basically it's just the same. It's just getting the hyena. It's all protective contact, of course. So
What does that mean to be?
Protective contact means that we have a barrier between us and the animal at all times. So because we're a teaching zoo, or it was a teaching zoo that I was with, we never really, if it was like a very big exotic animal, like a lion or a cougar or anything like that, if we like, the cougar could come out for walks, and the only time the cougar could come out for walks is if one of the staff members who raised that cougar was there with us. So because the students couldn't just take them out on their own, right? So all the training and everything without a staff there present was protective contact. So
okay, so wait, time out. Did you walk with a cougar on a leash?
I got to be a part of that, yes, and it was really, really cool, and it's a cool experience to do that. I've watched lions be walked on leashes. So some of the zoo days that I got to do too, these amazing guys are walking lions on leashes, and you're just like, oh, I can walk with you, holy you
That's
know,
amazing. Like, I don't know, there's something about that, like my eyes are tearing up, and I can't necessarily explain why, but it's just something like incredibly majestic and amazing, but then more calm and neutral, and they're like, oh, just going for a saunter with you here, miss.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I bring up in my class all the time too, because walking a cougar is it's a humbling thing. It's like, holy crap, and you treat that cougar differently than you would a dog on a leash. Dogs are so much more tolerant to what we dish out to them, and I think of, you know, ever being like, hi sir, I'm gonna try to control you by tugging on your leash. I'm like, nope. I'm going to think of different ways to get you to want to work with me without trying to pull on you, Mr. Cat that could maul me.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to make you mad and eat my face.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
that they would eat you, but
so that's kind of what I try to convey in my classes. It's like, think you have a cougar at the end of your leash and you want it to work with you. You have to think of different ways besides pulling and jerking and doing forceful methods. Because when you can get a dog or any animal to cooperate with you because they want to, it's so much easier and so much better than being so forceful, you know?
Yeah, I've always kind of thought about it. And I mean, sometimes there's a point where the dog needs a bit more firm of a hand, and I don't mean physically, but I mean you might have to slow it down, and you might have to use some training aids like a head collar or whatever, but that most times it's going to be super beneficial if we can work with the dog instead of like against them, which essentially is sometimes how more traditional training is. It's like you wait till the dog does something you don't want and you tell them, no, don't do that. Where I'm like, hey, why don't we work together? And I try to help you figure out what I want in a way that you want to do. And then we symbiotically work together, mutual respect, instead of hypothetically, you know, more fear-based of a relationship. So anyways, apologies for short circuiting that thought, but back to positive contact.
Or, you know, it was protective contact.
Protective contact.
Well, really with the whole painting and stuff like that, it's a lot of fun. We use trays, so we have paint on one tray and then we have the canvas, and so we put the tray underneath you know, the fencing or whatever, and then they step on it, and then they go and step on the other canvas, and it's a whole training thing. We have clickers, so we use clickers at the zoo. So we click to mark it, and they get rewards for doing that, but they find it a lot of fun. At one point, you know, if you get him to put his paws up on the fencing, and then we can like put paint just to make sure that it's all covered. And then he puts so it's a lot of fun teaching these guys how to paint. And I got some really cool paintings out of it. With the sheep, it wasn't protective contact because, you know, it's a sheep. So I got him to walk on paint and then walk on the canvas. So that was fun. With the penguins, not protective contact. Basically it's like you dip them, we dip them in the paint, and then we're like, okay, go walk. And then they just walk. So, and then you get a nice little painting there. With the raccoon, it was protective contact, but raccoons, they love stuff on their hands. So, he's playing in the paint, and then he's like, doing his thing and painting. So he does wondrous paw strokes up there. I don't know if you can see it. I can probably, yeah. And then the mountain coati is just the same thing, just walking on the canvas. So it's a lot of fun doing animal paintings. And I know Melanie is starting to do some paintings with the puppies. So it's a cool thing to do, and it's really enriching. Well,
yeah, for sure. It's lots of fun, and the people are loving it. Melanie's doing it right now, for those of that you that aren't aware, in our 6-week puppy play and training daycare. That's only for puppies, that we do that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but it's only once a week. But any event, we follow a 6-week program, and one of the enrichment activities, because it's a very structured program. One of the enrichment activities is painting. So we do all kinds of super fun stuff to stretch those little brains out of the puppies and help them have fun and develop skills. So,
and now you can, and it's also used in the exotic training world. We do it all the time there too, because it's just so much fun for both human and animal.
Yeah,
and then I have animal art, so who can say that? It's kind of cool.
Who's the handsome guy beside you? Just tell us his street name, not his real one.
Oh, Waffles?
Yeah.
This is Waffles.
This is Waffles. Waffles is a handsome boy who's, I don't know, 18 months, 19, 20 months.
He's like a year. He's like a year and a half.
Yeah, well, 20 months is more than a year there, doll.
Well, I'm just, stop it. He's like a year and a half, all right?
Okay, copy that. Anyways, he is with Jessikah, because Jessikah is also part of our service dog training program, and she is training him for psychiatric service. So he's with her for that reason. So Jess has got her hands in a handful of different things with No Dog Left Behind, and we're happy about that. So what I wanted to ask you next was there anything specific that kind of sticks out in your mind that you learned from working with exotics that you kind of utilize regularly, or just stuck out to you for whatever reason in the application of training with dogs?
There's so many things.
Well, let's just do one. But
I think every animal that I've worked with has somehow made me a better trainer, because they've not only helped me with my skills, but they've taught me so many different lessons. So the first animal that you have to train in the program before you can even work with exotic animals is a rat. You bring a rat to class, you get it desensitized, which means you just get it used to the class environment. But I had Loki, and the first lesson that he taught me was don't.
Is that a dog or a rat?
It's a rat.
Okay.
So the first lesson that Loki taught me, that I try to kind of convey to people when I'm teaching classes or dog training classes, is don't ask repeatedly for the same thing over and over again, especially if you're making it harder. But with dogs, they just kind of shut down. They're just kind of like, I don't know what you want from me, so I'm going to go over here and look at this pretty other dog or sniff this.
Sure.
Loki the rat bit me, and I had to go to the hospital and get 3 stitches.
Oh, it was hard.
I still have a scar to this day, so I don't know if you can
I can see it. Yeah. Bite inhibition there.
Yeah, so I learned very quickly to be patient, and that I wasn't communicating what I expected from him. I was just expecting him to be able to, I was trying to get him to do a behavior for a longer duration, longer time. So getting a dog to lay down for like more than 5 seconds. And I'm like, come on, get that one more second, get that one more second. But in his mind, he's like, I'm doing the behavior. Where's my treat? You keep asking me for the behavior. And then he bit me. So I try to convey that patience and marking are the 2 things that I really try to emphasize in the class. Marking is everything. And
now, for people, just for their understanding, marking is what she means when we give feedback to the dog in the words such as like yes, which means they just did exactly what we wanted, and a food reward, for example, is coming. So anytime Jessikah says marking or myself, that's what it means, is we're like, we time it with a yes, which then dog goes, oh, I did the thing. And you're like, you sure did.
Yep,
Basically
exactly.
a bridge of communication for people if they're wondering what the heck Mark is. It's not a person.
Yep. And
My middle name.
I really try to convey that or emphasize that, or like show people the importance of that in class. Because without marking, you're not going to get anywhere with your training, anywhere fast anyways. It's such a powerful tool. And when used correctly, you can see one dog that's just so confused go, boom, that's what you expect. And then training just takes off.
Right.
So with the timing and the consistency, everything is just around marking. So I learned that pretty quickly with the rat.
Sure.
And that is why you work with rats before you get to work with the exotics, because you gotta game, you gotta know what you're doing.
Lose a hand, you just can get a couple stitches instead.
Yep.
If you make a mistake and go too far too fast. Well, that's super interesting. Wondering if you could share what you enjoy about dog training specifically.
Oh, specifically, I think the light bulb moments. I absolutely love when the clients just get it. They are like, oh my God, it's working. And then, you see how excited they are that they're learning training and that their dog is complying or understanding them and they're having success. So really for me, I think that's the best part, is just watching the clients have success with their dogs and moving forward and having this great relationship with their dogs where they're actually communicating with them and teaching them on such a level that they didn't think, they could.
Right. Well, essentially, I think we are dog training coaches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I mean, how much dog training do you do at a class? Like 10, 15%?
It's more watching everybody. And
well, it's people training, right?
Yeah. Telling them, hey, try to do this, or tweaking the people so much, or showing them with their dogs. Like, I every once in a while I bring a dog into the middle for a demo and I see that they're not quite where I want them to be for the demo. And I'm like, oh, I could totally work with this and train this, but for the demo, I need somebody that's going to pick it up quickly. So you know what I mean? Like, oh, this dog isn't laying down yet, and I'm trying to teach duration for lay down. Well, nobody wants to sit here for like 20 minutes while I'm teaching this dog. Right. So
I could do it, but I should probably use this other one.
Yeah, but it's really, I think the best moments for me is when somebody tells me their dog can't do something, and then I show them that they can. That's
okay,
always
so same, and it's mostly just because I love to prove people wrong or hear people be like, "You're right." I'm like, I know.
Oh, your dog can't lay down? Okay, come bring it over here.
Okay, is this a challenge you want? Okay, you're never gonna do that. I'm like, oh, we'll see. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm being silly right now, but it is super fun for people like, oh, you're never gonna be able to do this. And you're like, well, we'll see, I'll try. And then you're like, boom. And they're like, it only took you 2 minutes. And I've been trying to get them to lay down for 2 weeks. And you're like, that's why you're here. That's why we're here to train you.
Yep. And when people really listen and they really take in the exercises or really listen to what I'm saying and they apply it and they're really trying to learn, you see them go far and you see the results. Like, I can tell the people that are really practicing when they come back each week. I'm like, yep, you're doing it. You're watching the videos, you're listening, you're practicing. Right. And then the other people kind of are need a little bit more. So
sure.
Yeah.
Well, for me too, like, and that's another thing just for people who don't have experience with us, is we provide video training tutorials after each like dog group class for our puppy and adolescent classes to help, because it's super distracting to try to like learn for the human in that environment while they have a dog in their hand. And you're trying to tell them what to do. And there's a lot of pieces that are really like refinements. And people aren't going to retain all the information just naturally. Some people may, but most don't, because it's just a whole new skill set. So we provide these video tutorials. So if anyone misses a class, their family members or just for them to get a much deeper understanding, then I often have a video of me doing the exercise with the dog, where people can be like, oh, I didn't even know that was part of it. Oh, that's good. So we try to hit everything from all sides to provide our clients with the highest likelihood of making the most amount of progress with the time that they're with us.
Yep.
So we're always into reinvesting in our clients, because ultimately we just want their dog and you to have an amazing relationship and understand each other, because that's the biggest issue, is people's communication tends to be unclear to the dog.
Yep.
And then they just repeat their communication, but at a more intense level, and then the dog turns off even more, and then they're just in this negative spiral of frustration and embarrassment sometimes too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're going to wrap up here. I think, need to do another one of these, because half an hour seemed to be quite fleeting. But I was wondering if there's anything else you do with your free time.
With my free time
that you want to share with us. Pop quiz, hotshot.
My free time, I train this guy.
Okay, so no, try again. I'm specifically looking for something. But not for me, for a dog.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So I guess in my spare time, I was gonna be like, gardening. What?
Everyone really wants to know about your gardening.
I like to make dog cakes. So for dogs. So I have like a little bakery for birthday cakes for dogs, or any milestones you want to celebrate for dogs. So it's called Cupcake Emporium, and yeah, I it's been really fun. I just finished doing a party pack. So on June 1st, so that's like 12 cupcakes and then 1 4-inch cake for a dog party. Sweet. So yeah,
that's lots of fun. So what we'll do is I will get the link. Do you have a Facebook page or website, or where are you? Both?
I have a Facebook page, and I'm still working on my website, so I'll get that up and running. But right now I have a Facebook.
I'll link Jessica's Facebook page, and the event that you want to celebrate your dog's gotcha date, or their birthday, or just for the heck of it, because dog cakes are adorable watching them eat it. So you can put it on TikTok. That's okay too. But as I appreciate your time taken with us today, Jess, and I'm really happy that you're part of the team. And I want you to continue to grow with us, because we're always moving forward, doing new things, making things better. And that's about it for today. So thank you for your time, unless there was anything else you wanted to add.
No, thank you for having me. And thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
You're welcome. Till next time.
Bye.
See you.